inheritances.
Yeah, the recent earthquakes have triggered a lot of questions, and where our phone's been going red hot from people saying, what do we do about a will? Do we have one? You know, what do we need in it? If they're saying, do we have one, straight away, they've got to get it done ASAP. You can't sit around and just go, oh, did we have one, not have one? If you're uncertain and if you don't even know who holds it, get a new one drawn up straight away. Don't muck around, because if something happens and you die without one, then your estate's in a bit of trouble.
In fact, you're in a lot of trouble, because does the government take everything?
If I can't find any family or anything like that, so in your will you've got to make sure, if you're giving gifts or inheritances to anyone, the good practice would be actually keep a separate document that lists all their names and addresses and phone numbers, etc. So the executive of your will can easily track these people. Because if they can't track them, then in the long run your money just goes into the government fund and they can do what they want with it.
The other little trap is that if you marry, whatever you've had as a will beforehand is null and void. Exactly,
you need to update that and reflect your later situation. And good practice would be to talk to your lawyer because some people do want a sort of a prenup agreement, or that's what they call it. But yeah, they just want to protect themselves even more.
Because a new bride would get very grumpy if everything went to an ex-wife.
Yes, and I've seen a situation where it's happened like that. And then it has to go before the courts, and and the judges get involved, and the lawyers, and the legal system wins, and the people that's supposed to get the benefit of the money don't get it in the long run.
Kerry, do you as a chartered accountant work with the lawyers as far as wills and such are concerned?
Yeah, definitely. So in our practice we actually do the wills for our clients if they want. The legal system's been freed up a fair bit, so accountants can do a number of documents now. Lawyers have still got property conveyancing locked into themselves. But otherwise, combination lawyer-accountant can basically do everything together.
That would make a lot of sense, because everybody knows you've got an accountant, but not everybody knows what lawyer you
Exactly, and a lot of people don't even know what lawyer to use. So they go, oh, well, who do I use? They talk to a neighbour and they've gone and met that one, oh, I don't really like that person, and so they just leave it. Whereas, you need your taxes done, so it's we're a good place to start with.
And the other thing is, I guess a chartered accountant knows all about your financials.
Exactly, yeah, and we can then say, well, you've got these assets, have you thought about that? Where the lawyer will sort of say, well, put a list together what you think you've got, and then the important ones might be left out in the long run.
And you bring into account trusts and companies?
Oh, definitely, yeah. So if someone comes in for a will, that's a good time to actually sit down and look at their whole business structure to make sure it's working for them. Even talk about what their long-term goals are, because that makes a difference.
And as the situation changes, you can suggest that they would change their will.
Yes.
Kerry, thank you very much indeed.